Hamlet in 5 minutes. The scene begins. The kingdom of Denmark. The king is dead. His brother Claudius is taking the throne. Claudius says, I'm now the king, motherfuckers. I married the king's wife. She hot as hell. They leave. Hamlet's like, aw, damn. This shit's messed up. And Horatio, his buddy, comes over and says, psst, yo, Hamlet, I seen the ghost of your father the other night. It's like, what? Let me see this shit. They leave. The next night, Hamlet's out on the tower late at night, and all of a sudden the ghost of his father appears.
Hamlet, Hamlet, listen to me. Hearken thy ears. I have been killed. It was murder. It was murder that killed me. And Claudius was the one who did it.
Oh, shit!
Avenge my death, Hamlet. Avenge my death in nomine Domine Sabal Swifilicate Infernus.
And Hamlet says, it's time to kill my uncle. So, switch to the next scene. Polonius, Claudius's buddy, is sending off his son Laertes to college. And he's like, Laertes, here's some dope life advice. To thine own self be true. Then his daughter Ophelia is like, what's up, daddy? And he's like, you're a slut. Quit hanging out with Hamlet. He's like, aw, but I love him. Just stop it. So Laertes leaves, and Ophelia's sad. But she's still boning Hamlet. After Hamlet decides that he's going to kill Claudius, he decides to act crazy to get revenge on him. So he's acting nuts, and nobody knows why. So Polonius goes to ask him, why are you being crazy? I'm being crazy because I am crazy. They're like, okay. So the king then orders Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, Hamlet's friends from out of town, to come figure out what's wrong. He's like, what's wrong, Hamlet? Hamlet's like, ain't none of your business. And they leave. So then later he decides, I'm going to put on a show that depicts the events of Claudius killing my dad. And then, if Claudius reacts crazy, I'll know it's for real. So he puts on a play, the play's happening, and Claudius is like, oh shit, that's how I killed King Hamlet. And he runs away. And Hamlet's like, oh, I gotta confront my mom about this shit. So he goes to his mom's room, and he's like, yo, mom, you suck. My dad was dead for like a month, and you decided to fuck my uncle? That's crazy. And he hears some movement in the closet. He's like, I'm gonna kill you. And he turns around and he kills a bitch in the curtains. It turns out to be Polonius. Polonius is dead. Ah, crap, I thought you were Claudius. Go to a nunnery. And he runs away. Next time he's thinking whether or not he should kill himself. And Ophelia's like, I love you, I love you. And he's like, ugh, get thee to a nunnery. And so she runs off to a nunnery. Now, Claudius is like, I can't take this shit anymore. I'm going to exile him to England. So he exiles Hamlet to England with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, with orders that the King of England's going to kill Hamlet. But Hamlet finds the letter and is like, oh, hell no. I'm going to rewrite this letter and kill Rosencrantz and Guildenstern die. And so he gets them killed. So they dead. Then as he's journeying home, he intercepts Mr. Fortinbras, who's this dude who wants to take over Denmark. And he sees a big-ass army and he's like, ah, shit. This stuff's crazy. They want to take over Denmark? That's nuts. Whatever. I'm going to go avenge my father. So as he's headed back to Denmark, Laertes comes back and he's like, yo, is my dad dead? He's like, yeah, blood. Your dad's dead. And then we find out Ophelia's gone crazy because Hamlet won't love her. He's like, oh, I'm singing crazy songs about shit I don't know about. I'm going to jump in a lake. She's dead. Laertes pissed. And Claudius is like, yo, this is all Hamlet's fault. You got to kill Hamlet. And he's like, all right, I will. I'm going to poison the tip of my sword. And so they leave, and he poisons the tip of his sword. And Hamlet's like, man, this is crazy. All my loved ones are dead, and I still haven't killed Claudius yet. And Laertes is like, yo, Hamlet, I'm going to challenge you to a duel because you killed my dad and essentially my sister too. On guard. And so Hamlet puts a sword in his hand. He's like, all right, man, I'll fight you, but I've been practicing. And then, in order to fully kill Hamlet, Claudius is like, I'm going to poison a goblet of wine to give him in the middle of the match. And Gertrude is like, this wine looks good, as they're fighting. They're fighting. Ting, 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 ting. A hit, a palpable hit. And Gertrude is like, I'm going to drink this shit. And Claudius is like, no, don't drink it. Glug, glug, glug. She's dead. He's like, oh shit, I'm undone. Laertes stabs Hamlet and he's poisoned. He's like, oh fuck no. And they switch swords. And he stabs Laertes, so they're both poisoned. And he's like, Hamlet, you're screwed. We're both poisoned. You're gonna die. And he's like, what? For real? Time to kill Claudius. So he stabs Claudius with the poison blade, grabs the wine and pours it in Claudius' mouth. Now Claudius is dead. Laertes is dead, then Hamlet is dying. Horatio's like, thus overthrows a wounded spirit. Good night, sweet prince, and angels sing to their rest. Then Fortinbras walks in and he's like, what's going on here? He's like, Hamlet's dead. You're now king of Denmark. That's cool. Bear him away. The end.